Okay. Why? Just why, man? I mean, I did say in the last part that this comeback will probably destroy all my theories, but you guys didn't have to go this hard. Anyways, hi fuses, and welcome back to my little on and off series, where we all struggle to understand what in the world is happening in the on and off universe. I will once again try my best to guide you through the newest lore and explain some possible theories. In case you're new here and you may not have seen my previous videos, I will leave links to them in the description. And no, before you comment on it, yes, I know I'm late. I'm sorry, but I'm here now, so let's just get into it. For better understanding, I will now summarize the whole story and put emphasis on details important for the love effect comeback. At the very beginning, we were introduced to a group of 7 boys. They were all taken by an unknown organization to a facility in Frozen Wasteland and have their consciousness transferred into android bodies. I believe Laun was the first android prototype because he's the only one with barcode on the left side of his neck. He malfunctions and starts to feel emotions. Most of the crucial events took place in the YMV. Laun disappears with the intention of finding out more about his malfunction. Later, he contacts Jas and gives him some data about what he had found out. If we look back at the rest of the on and off members, the only way to describe the events is Battle Royale. We have Ishan attacking you, Hyojin and Jas having a fight. Actually, Hyojin's android clone to be more precise, and at that moment, Wyatt was becoming an android, and MK decided it would be a good idea to destroy the Earth. As some of you may already know, he opens a Pandora's box, and even though he creates a new world, he did indeed cause the fall of the humankind. In We Must Love, later Beautiful, etc., we are in the new world MK had created, but due to some unfortunate events, this futuristic city is controlled by the organization. Our main rebel representative Jas uses the info from Laun and travels back in time. Even though the android Hyojin had followed him and tried to ruin Jas's flawless plan, Sungjun successfully recovered the precious memories of his fellow comrades, and as a bonus he also obtained some rather crucial information that would later help with overthrowing the organization. That brings us back to We Must Love, where Jas got immediately arrested. The story in Beautiful is pretty straightforward. Get Jas out of the prison and take over the city. Both objectives turned out to be successful. Now's the time where I would like to point out that ever since Jas had brought back the memories, there were no signs of the barcodes that indicate they are androids, except the band-aid on Yu's neck. They're very conveniently covering their necks, but even in other scenes, it's just not there. We Must Love was also the last MV shot outside. Popping doesn't count since the parts shot outside were happening chronologically before We Must Love. Naturally, the boys just can't get their happy ending. This world they've created is ruined by the android Hyojin who came back from popping. As the members meet their demise one by one, Jas travels back in time and MK opens the Pandora's box once again and creates the world we then see in Your Song and Love Effect. That is basically where we left off last time. Before this comeback, I had 2 possible ways of how this story could continue in my mind. One of which would take place in the world they created in Your Song. The second possibility would be what Jas did when he traveled back in time in Goosebumps. To my absolute shock, it's neither, it's somehow both of those. How is that even possible? I mean, it's on and off, we couldn't expect less. Now, let's dive into the story within Love Effect. At the beginning of the MV, we see Hyojin being thrown through glass, gradually showing scenery from Beautiful and the space in the second half of Popping. This glass shattering scene is similar to the one in Goosebumps. So, Hyojin was thrown from Goosebumps through Beautiful, Popping, and ended up in Love Effect. The rest of the members are also there, and frankly speaking, they look rather confused. Honestly, I don't blame them. If they all just came from Goosebumps, it was probably Jas's doing. He saved them from dying and teleported them to Love Effect. An example of Jas saving the members from dying in Goosebumps would be the Ishin jumping scene, where he then suddenly disappears with a white flash of light. Then at the end of Goosebumps, MK created a world which we can see in Your Song and now also in Love Effect. From what we've seen in the MV in terms of timeline, we are somewhere around We Must Love, with some references to Popping and Complete. Okay, back to the opening scene. All the members shared a blank, emotionless expression on their faces, until they opened an unknown box that released lots and lots of tiny blue shining particles. Ishin refers to them as particles of love that fill their hearts, and this wave of love makes them feel emotions again. This is just my guess, but these crystals kinda remind me of the blue cubes in Your Song. They created the Your Song world with these cubes. I can't help but rather than MK's Pandora's box, this looks more like Jazz's little metal box, in which he carried the camera with On and Off's memories. Maybe they're creating the world following the image of the past, since we know they regain their emotions through memories. That is why this world much more resembles our real world and not the cyberpunk city in Beautiful Beautiful. Okay, question. What the hell happened to the organization? Is it gone for good? Now we even know the possible name of the organization, Atom Corp. Well, the members did practically free themselves from them, but my gut feeling is telling me this isn't the last time we've heard of them. However, this is still not the most confusing part. Like, what the hell happened at the very end? Where did you guys go? They just disappeared. The same thing happened at the very end of Your Song. What was that? They just glitched away. Does it mean the world we see in these two MVs is not real? Is it just a vision of their ideal new world? Or it may be real, but all the members have mastered the ability to teleport or travel through time and space, like Clown as we've seen in We Must Love. In my opinion, the most probable theory is that this is just a visualization of how the members regain their emotions, and this MV does not play any special part in the story itself. However, these are just debatable possibilities. I think we'll need to wait for another comeback to find out. But we know how that worked out in the past. Now about the song and the lyrics itself. Well, it comes as no surprise that the title has different meaning in Korean and in English. We know the song by the name Love Effect. The Korean title is Barami Bunda, which literally means wind blows. The wind symbolizes emotions, like love, and this wave of emotions is washing over them. At the end, they fully embrace this love as they turn into dust and are blown away by the wind. Their journey to learn about emotions was finished. It connects to wind effect. Its Korean title, Barami Bunu Niyu, means something along the lines of the reason why the wind is blowing. In this song, they're describing their whole journey as they're starting to feel and are falling in love. One other detail that connects these two songs is the lyric mentioning the season of you. In Love Effect, they sing the line, "The wind blows, love blooms beyond the season called you." And in Wind Effect, "When the words fail to express everything, I'll seal my feelings with a kiss. I'm being immersed in you. The wind blowing today, beyond the season of you, love is blooming." Some interesting parts were also in the lyrics of Arrival. It opens with the line, "Opening the tracks of time that have confined me, I'm heading towards you now," supporting my theory of time travel. The line, "I no longer want to dream of finding you," refers to We Must Love, where they're just dreaming of finding each other and finding love. Now they want to make this dream come true. This would mean they may have created another time paradox, /world/timeline. At this point it doesn't matter what I call it. There are also some fun little details in the choreo. In the bridge, there are parts referring to Beautiful Beautiful and Goosebumps. It's probably just there to emphasize the parallels and the time traveling. So to sum this up, this comeback is mainly about feeling and expressing emotions like love and affection. That is why Hyojin's barcode in the teaser disappeared as he regained his humanity. So to finish this up, let's just go over the two main theories. The first one is that what we see in the Love Effect MV are events that are taking place after Goosebumps, where they traveled back in time. It is happening concurrently to We Must Love. If you look at it this way, even the titles match. Also, in We Must Love, they sang about how they are destined to fall in love with a certain somebody. Now fate has brought them to Love Effect, and they're actually experiencing the feeling of love. They are not just dreaming about it. How fun! The second one, which is in my opinion more possible, is that this is the process of the members regaining their memories and emotions in We Must Love after Jazz had returned. It is not a whole new world, just an imagery of the members starting to feel emotions again. In the jacket making film, they describe the concept of the set as a flower beautifully blooming inside a mechanical and tech-filled room. This is another symbol of the androids learning about the beauty of emotions. There are shots of them playing basketball similar to Popping Incomplete. This is basically them going through their memories like a photo album. So the events in this MV are only the members reliving their memories together. Sweet! Well, this was a wild ride. I hope I didn't forget anything and that this wasn't too confusing or overwhelming for you, because it most certainly was confusing for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and in case you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. And until next time, stay happy and healthy. Bye bye!